This is in response to Dr. Paul Krugman's article in the New York Times on Monday, February 1st, 2016, Wind, Sun, and Power. Now, what Dr. Krugman is talking about is renewable energy. Now, a little bit about what's going on. Again, 2015, the hottest ever recorded in history by a wide margin. And how many times have we seen that in this century? I believe 14 of the 15 times, something like that. And we have our good friends on the Republican side, the conservatives, who indicate that there is no political action necessary for two reasons. Number one, they believe it's a hoax. And then number two, they believe that if it's not a hoax, there's nothing we can do about it because we can't mess with our economy. It would be an economic disaster. But the thing is that prices on the renewable level have decreased so much dramatically that many of us are not even aware of how dramatic that decrease has been. That wind power has decreased 61% from 2009 to 2015, and it has decreased 82% for solar in the same time period. So we're getting to a point where renewables are getting close to fossil fuels. I'm not saying they're there yet. They still have a long way to go. There has to be a huge transition to green energy, which is a huge job builder as we bring on these new technologies and we get rid of, let's say, hopefully there's not going to be any more coal-powered plants erected in the United States. I don't know where that stands. Hopefully none in China either, because they were building power plants up the wazoo. It has been so strikingly fast that even some Democrats who are in the 350 Climate Action Change Committee or whatever that is called, not them specifically, but just saying that many Democrats do not think that Obama is that assertive or aggressive on it. And he has been, not as much as other people would like, but with this reduction in the renewable cost, we can achieve a lot of this type of stuff without having our friends on the Republican side do anything but squawk. So they don't have to do anything. There are enough things in place. So we have a tremendous decrease in solar energy cost. We have a tremendous decrease in wind energy cost decrease. We have a tremendous advancement in storage technologies, extensive battery production, so you can store the wind energy and the solar energy for a much, much longer period of time, smaller capacity in individual houses and etc. So that can be done, and that's already with existing technology, and there's plenty of existing technology that we can use to even further advance that. And of course, the Environmental Protection Agency, which seems to be in court all the time for things that they're legally allowed to do. And of course, the Supreme Court just held out their Clean Power Initiative Act, or whatever you want to call it. And that, will help get rid of, will help us get away from, the worst environmental fossil fuel, which is coal. And we need to move away from that. And, I'd like to say, just in deference to our friends in Kentucky and Tennessee and West Virginia and Pennsylvania and those mining towns, let's have a renewable interest in rededicating that land to the environment so that it will be back there for people in the cities, let's say, to hunt, fish, backpack, walk up the Appalachian Trail, etc., so that these people are not left without jobs in those particular areas. And the whole renewal on that. But we're going to get away from coal at some time. So, this climate catastrophe, it doesn't have to be the do-all and end-all. Remember, Mark Rubio said that that we couldn't do anything about and this environmental crisis because it would take down the economy. And that's not true. We can deal with this climate catastrophe. We can make things better. We can make them a whole heck of a lot better. And it does not have to impact the economy in a negative way. And in many cases, it will impact the economy in an extremely positive way. And now there's one thing that's going on about this, that a lot of that might get thrown right out the door if a Republican is elected to the presidency of the United States, because even though this is a worldwide thing, and even though many countries are taking much more dramatic change than we are taking, the United States has always been the leader. I don't believe that they're the worst polluter out there, even though they were for many, many years. But as long as, if we have a Republican in place, they will throw out a lot of these types of things. So to handle this climate catastrophe, it can be done if the Democrats are in power. And we just have to see which way the political winds will blow.